someone's idea of a jape. It was a impossible. I'm not sorry to see it end. At least I went out fighting.
You have bested Sir Ragnar, Master. An incomparable feat. But we cannot revel in your triumph. We must press on. You have my support.
You got...
I shall wait.
Dragon, heed my call. Your will is mine to command. Curses. This arrival of the true Risen is most inopportune. Sovereign of Vermin, the ritual must not be disturbed. Let not the Arisen approach. You can manage that, I trust.
It is of vital import that we have a word with Lord Phases. The Pretender need not be present. You are in need of healing. Allow me. Push right there. Let my magic grant you an elemental wound.
Efforts are for naught, Arisen. Now, simply watch as this world's hollow and fruitless order is remade by my hand. The ritual is complete. The dragon comes. Behold! The Royce Dragon! By my power, the Dogma of Dragons is unmade. You could ne'er understand, Arisen. We must all be freed from the vulgar order wherein the dragon's existence determines all.
Risen. You've doomed us all to the cycle. And you...
Greetings, Arisen. Hast thou summoned the resolution to face me? Then answer me this. Why dost thou fight? Is it to reclaim thy flesh, thy stolen heart? Or is it to reclaim thy throne? I offer thee a choice. Grant unto me this life in my claws, and be gone from this place. Or stand and fight. Pitiable Arisen. The time for thou to make thy choice is come. Show me the path thou wouldst walk. Go, and thou shalt live to claim thy coveted throne. Fight and thy life is worth it. Intriguing. This then is thy will. Our parley is done. We must fulfill our charges. I as the dragon, and thou as the Arisen. Climb upon me. We shall depart for our true battlefield. Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will, just as I do. Should it meet such a fate? Would become a fleeting, fragile, vacuous thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into its save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving in such a world.
No, stay away.
Pray. Turn back.
Leave now, while you can.
You have strayed, Arisen. And for what? Lest you forget. You have a world where you belong. There, you are to fell the great evil in your path and rule the people as their sovereign. For that is who you are. And it is my wish that you should live out that life of purpose. The time has come for you to return. Go. My children shall see you there safely.
Let us go home. Together.
To a world under your rightful rule.
To a world all your own.
This is your will? Then behold, a world unmerciful, bereft with benevolent hands and eyes. You find it strange. But this is your world. The world to which you longed to return. As if only you had chosen to become sovereign. At the end of your travails, you could have ruled over these lands in perpetual peace. Yet that world of limitless possibilities has ended. You stand now upon its remains, the vestiges of a world that could have been so much more. Innumerable wills have served to deliver this world from extinction time and time again. You alone have refused to carry out that great purpose. What you see before you is the consequence of your apathy. Behold. To an end. As it has failed to be chosen, and as 'twill ne'er be read, this world will soon cease to exist. In the blink of an eye, the sickle of oblivion will reap aught that you have known. I would advise you not to waste these last moments. Explore the remnants of this world while you can. Perhaps, in doing so, you shall come to see the truth. And know the wretchedness of a world unworthy of being chronicled. How shall you fare, I wonder? Will you endure in this world, abandoned and unprotected?
suppose we might as well gather what we can.
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner of equipment. I myself learned the art by deciphering ancient texts. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap, and I shall harness it to your benefit. Then I bid ye farewell.
I cannot wait to put this new equipment to use. By what margin will it improve our performance in battle, I wonder? "'Tis done, Master. Now a fairy stone can whisk us here whensoever we desire." We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Look around if you must.
Over here!
My services... Don't come cheap. Mind. Come again when you've more...
Me? Now, this hardly bears saying. But don't you dare... try to take anything without... paying for it first. Many thanks. Go on, have a look.
on my with Brockers, so ask away. My hammer is at your... Your disposal. Pleasure doing business with you.
Look around if you must, but be sure to buy all the Yeah, my back's but a reckoning skull.
Stay abreast. Looking for aught in particular?
Living's hard, but dreams are free. What has become of the world? Would that there was someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Sir Athea speak of releasing the world from its bonds in the Seafloor Shrine?
If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom.
Monsters range nearer than ever dared before.
The perfect spot to sit and think about.
It's quiet about.
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land with fang and claw. Luz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this madness. Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Indeed, then I shall take my In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? And speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that, I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master. How long I've slept. Far too long, it seems. But worry not. Now that I am awake, I shall follow wherever you lead.
I admire your dedication, Master. 'Tis no small feat to hone one's skills so fine.
There's always room for improvement after a war.
Whatever our squabbles may be, I trust you understand that setting this world to rights takes precedence.
What manner of madness is this?
This is a peaceful place.
Some skills can only be
A peculiar sensation filled me during my time with Lord Phasus.
I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
Not much has changed since I was a
Take it
girl.
easy today. When
Looking
did my
forward
watch
to it
end?
a long time.
I've clean forgotten. Too much excitement. Look as long as you please. Look as long as you please. Do come again.
But be sure to buy aught.
Very well. I shall return.
Tend to business. And my back starts acting up.
What am I supposed to do? With Brocker's teeth, so ask away! My hammer... is at your disposal. Pleasure doing business with Brock. So ask away. My hammer is... Is at your disposal. Pleasure doing business with you.
Interested in my wares? Hoy! No need to overthink it. You can change it on a pleasure doing business.
Most of our only do take care to leave the room as you found. If there's one thing I shan't suffer, 'tis untied.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Oh, 'tis a relief.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigor.
I will protect you. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
There's something strange about the way time passes here.
Indeed. Aught we once held to be true is now changed.
Is there no way to return things to how they were before?
Those helpful magics you cast have worn off.
I will finish this, here and now. chest. I'll examine its contents, shall I?
I've got wares of every ilk. Hope to see you again ere long.
Well, it takes two to make a sale. And this seller had nothing to...
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing, newest of the Arisen? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied and sought e'er greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One, the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Aye, 'twas all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastren, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of a new Arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen, for your path is just, and fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
So you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here, for this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
Making this place of refuge is a splendid idea. 'Tis safe and apt to become quite cheerful once a crowd settles in.
I quite agree.
We too once bore the mantle of Arisen, though no longer. As we walked our respective paths, each of us lost the incomparable strength of will that made us Arisen. One in despair of the dragon's boundless might, one in pursuit of vengeance's cold comfort, and one for fear of what fate held in store. Yet you bear it still, Arisen One. Hold fast to your strength of will, for it shall doubtless lend you the strength you will need to spare this world its end.
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes. Then I bid ye farewell.
The Mad Sovereign's power yet girds this place. It could prove the last bastion of hope for the people of this world. Alas, 'twill not hold forever. The coming destruction can only truly be forestalled if 'tis sundered at its heart.
To think that the world could shift so suddenly and so utterly. 'Tis a...
It seems the world is to be brought to...
There are worse things than turning in...
That went as well as we might have hoped. Let us cast our eyes about and analyze the situation.
happening to shape things? Me? Myself? Now, this hardly bears saying. But don't you... Many thanks.
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
Sir Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarreling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it. Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Batal.
'Tis as you say.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige.
Oi! I saw it first. Phew, trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
Oh, there's something.
You there! You couldn't put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your own business?
All right, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill our bellies.
Let us guide the people to the seafloor shrine. The red clouds seem to be...
You've pushed your luck.
I'll not take that from you. I'll crush you if you keep that up.
Stop that! I've got the shot.
You'll get what's coming. Oi, you trying to nick our dinner? Oi, you'd better run.
I'll not take that.
Show them what's for!
You gonna get what's coming here? Ah! That's not happening.
I'm none too proud to scarp up. Stand strong.
I don't have my chances.
Trusting you. Fie, that hurts.
We're done for.
I ne'er stood a chance.
Heal yourself! You're made of tougher stuff!
Look around if you must, but be sure to buy aught.
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Nara, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us
Have at you!
Make me lose my temper.
Stay back, lest you get caught in the fray.
This can't be
You'll
right.
show them. What?
How dare you interrupt a battle between honorable opponents?
Such humiliation shan't go unanswered. Prepare. Keep back. Do not wish to injure you. Level head now. Show them what you mean.
You dare violate the sanctity of our duel?
I won't stand for it!
Look at us, put in our place like a pair of help.
I ought to thank you for holding up a mirror to our foolishness. We've better things to do than squabble over petty slights.
Aye, consider your lesson well taught. Methinks I'd best reapply myself to my training.
I was most surprised when you intervened in their duel. Did you aim to temper their pride by proving neither your equal?
A result to be proud of.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods, but I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadine? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now.
No quarrel here.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make another request of you. It regards Lord Phaesus. Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, he has staunchly refused to leave this land behind. We thought that he might be more inclined to heed your words, as our own have fallen on deaf ears. Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our proposal is an unwelcome one.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
That batal and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manila to keep the peace.
Huzzah! You've done it!
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Got to work if I'm round. Bread on the table.
Aught is amiss with the flow of time.